It was the mighty sparrow in his famous song who said, "Education, education, this is the foundation."
Without the parents sending the children to school, the school would be nothing.
I would say that one of the most meaningful achievements that I've seen in my school and country so far would be the integration of ICT into the school system.
They have laptops, and the laptops help the children with their homework.
I would like to see more areas offered in schools so that even those children who are not doing well academically will still have the subjects to provide them with success.
We should offer etiquette courses, customer care courses, where they are taught how to deal with people on a real-life basis.
Our children's voices. Their vision for OECS education, one of the critical areas in the OECS Growth and Development Strategy that has been identified for joint action and harmonized policy by member states. The OECS Education Sector Strategy is the overarching strategy which will be used by member states to align their national strategies and plans. The shared vision: every learner succeeds. These are our learners, and these are their voices on education in the OECS. Meaningful achievements, key changes for the future.
I am Bernice Haynes, a grade 6 student of the Barley Government School in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Education is the key to close the door of poverty. Hence, the government and other stakeholders have seen it fit to initiate the one laptop per child initiative, 2, the expansion of the community college, and 3, early childhood education, 4, the child-friendly school initiative, and 5, the replacement of the common entrance exam with the Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment. Almost every home in St. Vincent and the Grenadines now has a college graduate. Despite the good moves, I think that the education system should seek to provide more help for the special needs students who are suffering in the mainstream schools. If there are no special ed teachers in these schools, then these children will continue to suffer. I call for a reduction of the number of students in a class and addition of more teachers in a primary school system.
Northeast Comprehensive School boasts of being an institution which provides a holistic education. Northeast has been successful in agriculture over the past years. We provide single and double award subjects for CSEC. We also do crop production for the CVQ program. We have our greenhouses where we do manual labor, that is the real crop production by the students. We also sell to the communities that surround the school. We also participate in co-curricular activities, which is debating and public speaking. I also believe that the private sectors should be more involved in the school life, that they should adopt some schools because the children are the future, and later on it will be them working in the real world. There should be more cooperation between the communities, the schools, and the parents. The school is not just the students or the teachers' own, and they should get more involved, and there should be more cohesion and cooperation on a whole basis.
My name is Lauren Jones, and I attend the St. Vincent Boys Grammar School. I would like to see more areas offered in schools so that even those children who are not doing well academically will still have the subjects to provide them with success.
My name is Delisha Sandiford, and I go to the School for Children Special Needs, Georgetown. They have laptops, and the laptops help the children with their homework, and the children can go on site and find out meaning of things, and the libraries. They can go and read books and find out stuff for schoolwork.
My name is Chanan Fredrick, and I'm representing the St. Vincent Boys Grammar School. I would say that one of the most meaningful achievements that I've seen in my school and country so far would be the integration of ICT into the school system. Because nowadays, Being able to use a computer, it isn't so much an advantage as a necessity. Universal access to secondary school is another great achievement of the education system because it means that whether or not you pass the common entrance exam, you're still guaranteed a secondary school education. I think that the ICT integration is, so far, it's just really a start, but there are lots of things that it needs to truly achieve its potential. For example, simple things like an internet connection. Though most schools do have an internet connection these days, it's very slow and it's almost impossible to get anything done on them. Things like an outlet in each class or a projector. A lot of schools don't have these. Most of the best schools in the country are located in St. Vincent, Kingstown. But students who live on the outskirts of the country, such as North Windward or the Southern Grenadines, they have to travel great distances if they want to go to those schools, if they want to get a good education. So it's very important that a good school should be available to people living in all areas, at least one, so that they don't have to go quite as far in order to get the education they desire. Also, the universal access to secondary school education, it's yet again a start, but there are several things that need to be accounted for. For example, this means that a lot of students who would usually have been weeded out, so to speak, in the common entrance, whether they have behavioral issues or learning disabilities, they now need to be catered for in secondary school.
My name is Cassie Jackson and I'm representing the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College. They assist students who are not financially able to assist themselves to go to school. I think that they need to be more strict on their dress code. We have a dress code, but students, both male and female, don't obey by that dress code. They wear different color shoes, shirts, etc. And I think that they should see the need of implementing it more, so that students can see the need of wearing the correct uniform.
My teachers put up, my teacher, Miss Maverick, she put up charts, she got us to computers, she took her time, she sit down with us, she helped us with different words we don't know and different things. As Mrs. Julius, she does clothing with us. She took her time, she saw us different parts on the machine. She saw us how to take care of a machine when you're done with it. She saw us how to cover the machine back. And she shows how to make curves, lines, and corners when you're sewing. Like the steering, some of them walks to school with cutlass, knife, scissors, just to fight. But I wish that the teachers, the prime ministers and others come together and make a meeting that they could send a police by the school to guard. So anytime the children will be able to fight, as soon as they see the police, they will get frightened and they'll fight again.
As a student of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, writing the Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination, KIP, I believe that one of the main achievements in education at the college is the transition from the traditional Cambridge exams to the KIP exams. Another achievement is that of the expansion of the curriculum. There was an increase in the number of subjects being offered, as previously 14 subjects were being offered compared to 21 presently being offered with KIP. One of the main achievements in education in the country is the improvement in access to education through the means of universal secondary education. More persons are now allowed a greater opportunity to receive education. Technology is now considered the engine that drives education. Therefore, a key change that the education system should seek to make is the advancement of information technology, such as library services. Education can no longer be limited or confined just to the classroom setting. St. Lucia and many other countries throughout the OECS have placed too much emphasis on academics and less on technical, vocational, and sporting education. So a shift in focus from academics to technical and vocational subjects should be one of the key changes to the education system in St. Lucia, as well as integrating sports into the curriculum. The pinnacle of change would be the implementation of universal tertiary education.
My name is Vanessa Hazel and I represent the Georgetown Technical Institute. I would say the universal access to secondary education. Over a decade ago, not every child had the opportunity to go to a secondary school. But with the universal access to secondary school, every child is guaranteed a spot in secondary. In St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we are not doing too badly when it comes to education, but there is always room for improvement. As a TFX student, I should say we should base more emphasis on the CAPE subjects. Example, entrepreneurship. We should learn how to create our own employment than complaining about unemployment. I also think that sports, performing arts, and PE could take us a long way.
My name is Christian Jerry and I attend the Learning Opportunity Center. At my school, my teachers and principal work very hard to help us grow and develop skills and knowledge that we need to be successful in life. My school has a common entrance exam class. Other students who are too old to remain here but old enough to attend care are ushered into care by the principal. We have a few students who represent our country at Special Olympics. I am also part of the group. We sat at a school and came up with some key changes. Equal secondary education opportunities for children with hearing impairments. A curriculum that is designed to meet our unique learning styles. We need a social worker and a counselor who is specialized in working with children with special needs at our school.
My name is Matthewclaren from Portsmouth. I've seen a lot of meaningful achievements in the country, a lot of meaningful achievements in the colleges. Because it's a non-profit organization, so most of the staff don't get a steady income. So the teachers, most of the teachers are not qualified, and the qualified teachers that Dominica has, they will not risk their job for teaching calls. And most of our teachers are from different institutions that sacrifice time and pleasure to come to calls. Prime Minister and the Ministry of Education and also the Ministry of Youth Affairs would help calls financially in both relocation. We have been affected by noise pollution, which have been for 20 years now, and this will be the 21st year. I would love that you'll relocate calls not only for me because I'm a second year I'll be leaving, but for the future generation, for the future trainees that would be coming. One of the key change I would love to see happen is that the government of Dominica accept calls as a training institution so that the trainees that has been graduated will have the opportunity to go college.
My name is Kanye Simon. So far, since I've been called, there are a lot of skills that are going on, like electricity, plumbing, woodwork, craft, and a few more. And it is very good for us because not all of us are as good in academics. So if we have a little skills now and then, it's going to help us out because it have a few in the school who's not good, but we also know skills, and so far, it get them a long way right now. Also, we have the third form level of CXC examination, and so far in calls, all of us, the past students have passed every single subject. So I think it's good. I think it would be very good if the government help calls by getting a specific bus for children in Marigot, Wesley, and Calibishi to come down, and plus Mero, Rose, and these things, because we'll be reach school on time and we'll have time to prepare our breakfast and our lunch for us to come to school. It would be good if we have professional teachers or permanent teachers here in calls. We need an agri teacher because most times, like let's use first term for example, we had a subject in particular. We start off in first term, but after a while teacher was gone, so we had to drop the subject and move on to something else, which wasn't good for us here in Girls, because we didn't have a good teacher. So it would be good if we get a permanent teacher for all our subjects.
My name is Alexis Meyer, and I attend the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. In recent years, St. Lucia has managed to implement universal secondary education. Sir Arthur Lewis Community College accepted more students this year than any year before. There are multiple institutions on the island that provide bachelor degrees to St. Lucians. For example, UWI Open Campus, Lynchburg University, or Monroe College. There is a program that Sir Arthur has established with UWI, which I think is a massive achievement. The hospitality students are allowed to do 2 years here at Sir Arthur, graduate, and then go to any of the 3 campuses in the Caribbean and do an extra 2 years to obtain their bachelor degrees. It is called 2+2. We should have proper seats in the classrooms. We need to improve on our after-school curriculum. When you have a book on a book list, it should be available in the country, or at least at the school where the book is needed.
My name is Chanan Fredrick. I am a student of the St. Joseph's Convent Secondary School. Some improvements in the education system. One of these was the introduction of laptops to the Form 4 students. This has allowed many students who would not generally be able to afford the privilege of a laptop the ability to access information through this medium. Whilst the policy for every Form 4 student to possess a laptop was very good, the child may possess a laptop, he or she may not have access to the internet that is critical for the research. Consequently, these laptops may not adequately serve the intended purpose.
This is just a snapshot of some of our learners who expect to succeed. With our combined help, our children can move mountains. The OECS, transforming education and embracing ICTs for the success of every learner.